Well, hello there and welcome to this week's Owl Diary. Hi there, episode 11 of the Owl Diary, and I'm here at Harlow Carr, just a lovely little venue. I say little, it's quite big actually, near Harrogate or Harrogate, depending where you're from. And I've got Bailey here at the minute in the video with me. I'm going to show you in this video a little bit about how we fly the birds free. Bailey's already had a little fly around today, and it's nice because we haven't been able to do the usual big, epic soundtrack microphone on atmospheric flying show that we normally do, because it usually gets quite a big audience around the area they called North, and they were worried here they wouldn't be able to space people out. It wasn't really possible to do that. So instead we're just doing a static display with a selection of birds today and flying a few birds intermittently throughout the day, just so the birds have that exercise and people can watch as they're stood or sat around having picnics, etc. And Bailey here did a lovely flight. He is quite an exploratory bird sometimes, and there's a lovely tree just up here, and he got right up there and he did a lovely big long flight right down. He's been in quite a few of the trees in the area actually, so he's done really well. Bailey's actually wearing this braided Jessie equipment here. I'll show you how it works. Now usually we use leather, but sometimes we'll do something a little bit different. And this particular type of braided equipment, or furniture as it's known in falconry, is something that I've known about for a long time, but I've actually been recommended it recently by a number of different falconers, so I'm giving it a go. And there are two main advantages as using this braided equipment with this bit here, which is called the Jess Extender. So one advantage is that it's very easy to take on and off when you're preparing the birds for flying, because we don't fly the birds wearing this furniture. Essentially, if we do that, there's a risk it could get tangled up on a tree branch, for example, or something like that. So the way this works is the swivel here, it's a slightly large swivel for the bird really, but we can make it work here. It slides over where the swivel is, and then that just pops out like so. And then you have these jesses which we would take out when we're flying the bird, as these are what we call muse jesses. And to pop it back on again, really quite simple. We take the end of this setup, the swivel stays attached to the leash, because with traditional leather you would have to take that off, and that's the main advantage, is not fiddling with that swivel. It can be quite difficult depending on the dexterity of your fingers and such. So with this, all we have to do is pop the loop. Careful Bailey, not getting away right now. All we have to do is pop those bits there together, the end of this Jess extender here with that gap, that hole there goes through, and then the leash on the other side goes through the hole in this end, and all we do is pull it through, and it's just a case of putting that Jess extender over where that swivel is. So if I use a smaller swivel, that makes it even easier. And there we go. Now the other advantage is, if this bird jumps off its perch, if it baits as it's known, then it means the swivel will go past where the tail feathers are, and that's the bit that can damage tail feathers. And of course, if you look here, he's got absolutely perfect feathers. Right, let's go on and fly some more birds. So we've been providing flying shows here at Harlow Carr for many years now, usually on the Thursdays throughout the summer holidays. We're back here during the 6-week summer holidays every Thursday doing the flying shows, and it's one of my absolute favourite venues for two reasons. One, the birds always seem to fly really well here. They seem very relaxed in this environment with these lovely trees around us, and not too many crows and things that might try and disturb them and bother us during the flying shows. And the second reason is that the audiences here are just wonderful. They're really interested in the birds, they're very receptive, they find the jokes funny, or they've just been polite and laughing, I don't know, it's hard to say, but either way that does make a big difference. But just look at some of the scenery here at the RHS Harlow Carr Gardens. Absolutely magnificent. They've got the stream, the lake, all these wonderful flowers, lots of trees and plants, lots of places to walk and places for the kids to play as well. It really is worth a visit. My family certainly love coming here. So what we're going to do next is fly a hawk, and even though we're not getting a big crowd together, there are some people waiting to watch, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're now going to fly a Jed. He's an 11-year-old Harris hawk. He's currently wearing his hood here because he can get a bit annoying when I'm trying to get his telemetry on, for example. That's the transmitter there that's wearing. So I'll take the hood off now, and then that way, if I can just get to him. There you go. Let him have a little look around first at the scenery, if he wishes to, of course. And when we fly the birds, there are a number of things we must do before we set them free. So one is to weigh them. So his flying weight at the minute is about £1.9.5. Now that's quite a lot for a Harris hawk, a male Harris hawk, but he does a lot of flying, so he's got a lot of muscle on there. We also have to make sure it has a working transmitter on. 11 years old, never lost him, but you never know. So that's there just in case. It's on power save mode, so if he goes up a tree and sits there for 3 days, it'll sell some power in it, but that won't happen, I'm pretty sure of it. We also make sure they're not wearing the wrong furniture. So at the minute he's wearing his flying jesses, a lot like that, not Muse jesses, because they could get stuck on a tree or something like that. We also do a risk assessment of the area, have a look around, looks pretty safe to me. And we also look at the bird's temperament. Is he looking keen? As I put my hand near the food in the food bag here, he's looking down at it, so I know he's ready to fly. So we can now cast him off. Casting being one of the many terms in falconry. Cast a pellet, fly a bird in a cast, which is in the team. Now he's very visual, he's got fantastic eyesight, so he's going to see the chicken we're flying for him here, and he'll of course come straight back for the food there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around, which automatically means these people know they might be online soon. And as you can see, we've got a little social distance gathering here. So normally here at Harlow Carr, I would be doing a big flying show with the arena and the sound system and the microphone on and volunteers getting involved, and we're not doing that this time just because we're worried about crowds. So instead, I'm flying him just randomly with people watching. And you'll notice he does come in quite close, and I'm not doing it on purpose necessarily. I mean, I am if I do that, because it does go right through. But this is the great thing about Harris hawks, because he will follow me. If I'm actually walking around, he'll follow, and if I'm flying them together, they'll follow, even though I'm not offering him food, because he has to keep an eye on me. In fact, if you can demonstrate this, if I go over here, I'll do a little jog over here. There we go, look, following, didn't have any food, because he knows he needs to stay nearby. And if I go over this way, we should in theory get the same thing, there we go. He's keeping nice and close, because he doesn't want to miss out on the food. I've got some quail in here as well.
What's a quail?
It's like a fancy chicken. It's very nutritious stuff. So this is great how I don't have to get very near you at all, but I can still have him come in pretty close. Well, if I just cast him off. Nice ducking there, you were doing very good. So as you can tell, flying birds of prey with an audience is great fun. Come on then, Jed, let's have another one. Here he comes. There we go. Hope you enjoyed this week's Owl Diary. Tune in next week to see what takes place. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.